Hi. So we're talking about Romans 8:11, and as I was trying to memorize it, I noted that it seemed repetitive. He said it's the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead, and then he said, and then if he who raised Christ from the dead. So why did they say it twice? Because now I have to memorize two times, and then one time he says Jesus, another time he says Christ. What's the difference here? So I thought it would be interesting to talk it through just for a moment, and really note that when he says that the raised Jesus from the dead, and we go back and look at the Greek word there, it's really talking about the name of Jesus, whether it's just a person, and it lists out all the different names of men who came before Jesus Christ, and a few that came after, that showed, this is the name Jesus. And it was just a name, right? Of course, it means salvation of God, Jehovah saves, etc. And it was an apt name for Christ. But you see, the one who raised Jesus from the dead as being rose the man, so raised a man from the dead. And then you go down and you see the second clause that says, then he who raised Christ from the dead. Christ is the anointed one. He's the Messiah. He's the one who came as a spotless lamb, as a perfect sacrifice, the only perfect sacrifice, sinless, innocent, and was given over for us so that we would have freedom from sin, paid our price, and that we could be raised to life. So if you saw that he raised this Christ from the dead, this Christ is the one who's sinless. That same sinlessness has been imputed to us. That holiness has been given to us. And we stand in his shoes, and therefore, because we are like him now, his same spirit who raised him will also infuse our bodies and transform our bodies and our minds and our hearts. And if you think that through, you think the days that I'm tired and I'm grumpy, he can bring life to that and transform that. The days that I'm hungry and I start getting snippy, or I'm frustrated or pressured or whatever is going on, if I'm sick, that same life that brought Christ, the sinless one, is also in me, because I'm now sinless, because I've been placed into holiness by the finished work of Jesus and what he did. And so this verse has special meaning for me, and so I'll go ahead and quote it now, and I won't look down. And if I'll get there. Okay, if the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you, then he who raised Christ from the dead will also bring your mortal bodies to life through the spirit of him who lives in you. Romans 8:11.